Hello, and welcome to How to Host Client Events and Generate Referrals. In this webinar today, you're going to learn how to plan impactful client events that strengthen relationships and drive referrals for your real estate business. We're excited to have you here today. My name is Randy Cochran. I am the Director of National Growth and Development for Equity Real Estate. Equity Real Estate is an independent real estate company. We are currently in 28 states, growing into all 50. And we're excited to share this information with you today, not just the agents with our company, but it really doesn't matter what company you're with. We want to see you grow your business and be as successful as possible. And so what we're going to do is jump in today, grab a pen and notepad, and take some notes as we go along. And we are going to share with you how to party your way to the top. And so building client relationships through events is really crucial for your business, because what we're trying to do is we are trying to create not just relationships, but we also want to become the trusted advisor for our client base. And it's just not our clients, it's our vendors, it's our friends, it's our family, and really just anybody that's part of our real estate and our community. So hosting client events is a powerful way to build your relationships and generate those referrals. So what we're going to talk about is the exact steps that you go through in order to host an event. For those of you that registered today, whether you were able to make it or not, we're going to be sending out a replay of this webinar to you, as well as a checklist on how to host a client event. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose an event. And what you want to do is select an event that resonates with your clients and your team. And that's important because it's based on where you're located throughout the country. And when you think about your client events, just don't try and do one event a year. Try and do at least one client event a quarter. So that's a minimum of 4 a year. And of course, you can always do more than that. We're going to give you some ideas on some different types of events that we do throughout the year, and the events that our clients really love the most and sometimes actually cost the least. So what you're going to do is you're going to schedule and plan your event 60 to 90 days in advance. And what we like to do is really sit down at the beginning of the year, look at our schedule and say, okay, what type of events do we want to host, and when do we want to host them, and put them on the calendar. That way, if you're planning travel or vacations or events or whatever you have going on, they're already on your calendar for the year. And then what you're going to do is you're going to engage your database. You're going to be reaching out to your entire database with these personalized invitations. Now, one of the things that you're going to learn very quickly about our clients and our databases is everybody loves to be invited, but oftentimes people just don't like to come. And that's okay. You're just going to go ahead and invite everybody anyway. You're also going to be coordinating with your team, and it's just not your immediate team members, but it also may be the vendors that are helping you with your business. You're going to hold meetings and organize the logistics of those meetings, and you're going to create an action plan and a to-do list for each person that's helping you with the event. And that checklist that we're going to provide you with is definitely going to help you do that. And then what you're going to do is you're going to do a save the date post on social media, and you're going to promote the event and share photos, oftentimes of past events that you've done, so that your client base and your sphere can get excited about what's about to happen. And then, of course, once you host the event, you're going to follow up, and we're going to talk about following up after the event and how that can be effective and how to really get the most traction from the event. But most importantly, events are all about having fun, and you want to make sure that it's just not enjoyable for your clients and your friends and your family members and your sphere that you're inviting, but you want to make it fun for your team as well, because this is an opportunity for them to really shine and invite their sphere as well. If you're just an individual agent, but you have a transaction coordinator, maybe you have a couple agents on your team, you want them inviting their contacts as well, just not yours. And oftentimes, one of the things that we'll do to budget for the event is we might combine our event with another agent or another team's event to save on the costs. So when you're budgeting for a client event and you look at the event type, simple events like picnics or movie nights are generally less expensive than more elaborate events like formal dinners, large community gatherings, going to baseball games. Some of the funnest events that we've done in the past have actually just been at the Snow Shack by the park, where everybody just comes for a couple hours. They get a shaved ice, they get a Hawaiian lei. We have somebody playing ukulele, we're playing cornhole, and some of those are the least expensive but have the biggest show rate. Now, when you consider your venue and renting a venue, that can be a significant cost. So you're going to consider the free or low cost options like community centers or parks, especially if you're on a budget. Also, the number of attendees means higher costs for food, beverages, seating, and accommodation. So if you are on that limited budget, you really want to look at your list to see who you're going to be inviting. And then, of course, catering and refreshments. Catering can be a major expense, and you need to decide whether to provide full meals or snacks or just drinks based on your budgets. Last year, we did an ice skating event at an outdoor ice rink, and all we really had to do was provide some hot chocolate and some. They have a fire pit there where we could do some s'mores, and it was very, very inexpensive to do that event. For entertainment and activities, you can hire entertainers, photographers, or organizing activities. Those can add up. So choose what you'll offer with the most value to your guests. Again, we did an event last year in September, and we went online to a group on social media and just said, hey, we're looking for a guitarist that can play some Spanish type music. And who can do that and what would that look like? And we ended up hiring this amazing guitarist for the whole evening for $200. And then, of course, he had his gratuity jar and did very well. So marketing and invitations, factor in costs for invitations, especially if they're printed or you have promotional materials. And then the advertising that you're using to attract attendees, especially on social media, if you're doing pay-per-click. And then, of course, you might have some miscellaneous costs. So don't forget about permits, any insurance that you might need, decorations, and other unexpected expenses. Now, when you're hosting these impactful events, the best type of events to hold are those that align with your business goals, resonate with your clients, and foster those strong relationships. And we're going to give you some popular and effective event types. But when you're doing your client appreciation events and you're planning them for a year, think about the holidays that are coming up during the year. So, for example, we're coming up on Easter this year, and we have an agent that we work with that's doing a coloring contest for the kids. That's all going out to their spheres so the kids can color before they come to the event. And then they're going to do a drawing for the coloring contest for the kids, but they're also doing an Easter egg hunt at the park. And the Easter eggs are going to be just plastic Easter eggs. They're putting some little candies on the inside. They're putting some loose change, some nickels and dimes and quarters, and no peanuts in case some of those kids have a nut allergy. So it's little things like that that can make the biggest difference. And client appreciation events like dinners and cocktail parties, they show gratitude for your clients, their loyalty in their business, but at the same time, it gives you a lot of time to be face to face with your clients and really learn about what they like and what they like doing. And it just gives you the opportunity to build a relationship on a whole nother level. And when you're doing these family friendly events like picnics or movie nights or holiday gatherings, welcoming the family, creating that atmosphere is fun, and encourage your clients to bring their loved ones, especially if you're doing like a pumpkin patch or you're doing photos with Santa. Just don't have them bring the kids for photos with Santa, have them bring their pets, especially if they don't have kids. The pet photos are always a huge hit. And then community involvement events, hosting or participating charity fundraisers or volunteer days. That enhances your brand and your reputation, and it demonstrates social responsibility. So it could be something as simple as working with Habitat for Humanity or another cause that you're really passionate about. Also, this is one of my favorite types of events. These are educational workshops or seminars where you're offering informative sessions on relevant topics that position you as an expert and provides that value to your clients. And this is a great opportunity for you to really team up with the vendors on your team, because now you can have an insurance agent come in, a financial planner, your title company. You can bring in a handyman and just talk about things that people can do to get their homes prepared to sell. You can do first-time home buyer workshops, bring in a credit restoration expert where they can talk about improving credit and powering down debt, and really getting your client in the very best position possible to get the very best loan and the lowest interest rate. Also, you can do events if you have clients that are interested in investing in real estate, because if your clients invest in real estate, you may only sell them one or two or three homes over the course of your career if it's a home that they're living in. But if you're doing investment type events, you can help your clients invest in sometimes three or four or five homes every single year as they're building their real estate investment portfolio. And then seasonal holiday events. We kind of talked about the photos with Santa and the pie days, but in some areas it doesn't get cold. It's always interesting to me when I travel for the holidays, and I'm in Florida or Hawaii and in December, and there's no snow because I'm used to snow. And so it's just the holidays feel a little different there, but that's okay. And then networking events. If you're facilitating opportunities for clients to connect with each other and other industry professionals, and that's strengthening the network, that's awesome. Also, you can do exclusive previews or launches. You can invite clients to experience new products or services first, creating excitement and exclusivity, especially if you're working with new home builders and new home construction, and they're getting ready to release a new phase or a project. Hold one of their properties open and do a barbecue there, and get all your clients to that property, a lot like the parade of homes. We did that once with a home builder that had built this incredible spec home, and it had this awesome wood burning pizza oven inside the property. And so we just had a big pizza party at the house, and ironically, somebody that walked through the house ended up buying the house. So you just never know. For your event invitations and your marketing strategies, it's very, very important that you're personalizing your invitations. And you can do those through direct mail, you can do them through email, but then you also want to make those phone calls and make your invitees feel valued, and they're more than likely to attend. Also, the email campaigns that you're using for your marketing to reach a larger audience, send a series of emails including a save the date, the formal invitation, and the reminder. And then on social media, promote the event on your social media platforms. You might even want to do a paid ad. Create the event page, share updates, and encourage your followers to RSVP and then share it with their networks. And then you can also be posting that on your website and your blog, where you feature the event on your website and your blog, including the key details and a compelling reason to attend. But also, you want to have some swag. And the swag that you have, you want to be promoting you. And if it's during the summertime, we were doing the beverage cozies. We did an amazing event last year where we did some luggage tags for travel that were really, really fun. But it's really the extra steps that you can take for marketing your event that's going to make it a success. And then for maximizing your event's impact, the benefits of hosting an event is you get to focus on creating the memorable experiences and leveraging it for future opportunities. And oftentimes when you're doing these events, it's not to really get referrals during the event. Of course you will. It happens all the time, but the real impact comes after the event. It was interesting. We had an agent that I was talking with that was hosting an event, and they were doing it at an ice cream shop where they invited their whole sphere of influence and all of their past clients and their current clients that they were working with to the event. And when they invited them to the event in the ice cream shop, their mortgage broker was the one that was co-sponsoring the event with them. They had these really cute goodie bags for everybody that came. Everybody was able to come in and just get an ice cream cone with a scoop of ice cream. But because they set the event up and they were there about a half hour before the event, and then they were there a half hour after the event, the result of that was people coming in to get ice cream cones that weren't even part of their sphere, but came in and they saw the cute bags and they had some music playing and it was very eventful and exciting. And everybody just said, "Hey, what's going on?" And the interesting thing is the people that were just coming in the ice cream shop, they left with three potential clients, two potential buyers and one potential listing from the ice cream shop. So what you're going to do is you're going to set some clear objectives and define your event goals. You're not only going to strengthen your client relationships, but you're going to be gathering referrals and it's going to increase your brand awareness. You're going to engage your attendees and personally interact with them and make them feel welcome. And one of the best things that you can do is try and remember everybody's names, and name tags definitely help, because if you're giving your the name tags to your clients and they see another person at the event and they know their name because of their name tag, they're more than likely going to engage each other than feeling uncomfortable walking up and introducing themselves and saying, "What's your name?" You're going to collect feedback after the events. You're going to do a survey or listen to the informal conversations or what you overhear on what went well or what can be improved. And then you want to capture the moment. Hire a photographer or designate somebody to take photos and videos. And when you're networking and building those relationships, what you're doing is you're creating new connections, and you never know where those connections are going to lead. And then after the event, follow up. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be sending thank you notes and sharing the highlights through your email and social media or newsletters. And then you're going to leverage that social media where you're sharing photos and videos and testimonials on social media, and encourage your attendees to tag themselves and share their experience. But it's also great to go live during your event so that everybody that's not at the event has that little fear of missing out. And then you're going to evaluate the success of the event based on your objectives. You're going to analyze the attendance and the engagement and any new business opportunities. But this is really, really important for your event. You want to be tracking every single expense for your event so that you know what your return on your investment is. So track everything. That way, if you do the event the next time, you can see where you can change or increase your budget, or maybe you might need to decrease it just a little bit. And when you're keeping track of that, then what you can do is you can say, okay, what referrals did we get from the event, or what potential business, and how did our return on investment for that event fare? Now, we talked a little bit about some event follow-up strategies. We're going to go a little bit more into detail on this. And you're going to follow up after the event. This is crucial to reinforcing your relationship and capitalizing on that momentum that you created during your event. So here's some effective follow-up strategies. Send those thank you notes and express your gratitude, personalize them, and then send them handwritten cards if at all possible. It's just better than an email. And then again, share those event highlights. And one of the best things to do is actually take photos, go over, get them printed off, and then take one photo of your client and put it in that envelope with that card. That way, when your client gets it, they can connect back with you. And again, ask for feedback. Feedback is crucial. We talked about social media engagement. And if you're doing events where it's a workshop or a seminar, you'll want to schedule follow-up meetings. That way, if it's a first-time home buyer workshop or an investor, you're doing one-on-ones to really get that person qualified or pre-qualified to see what they're interested in doing next. You're also going to leverage testimonials. One of the best things that you can do is at the end of the event, pass out a small card, get testimonials and permission to use those on social media. And not just the testimonial, but the photos online as well. You'll want to make sure that you do get those waivers. We did an event once where or actually it was just a closing event, a closing at a title company where we took the person's photo and ended up posting it on social media. And lo and behold, they probably should not have been posted on social media. However, we did have a waiver signed that said it was okay to post it on social media. We did take it down, but it would have been nice to know in the beginning, right? So plan for future engagement, and whenever you're doing an event, before people leave, let them know when the next event is going to be so that they can also put it on their calendar. Now, here's some additional suggestions for your events. And creating these fun, engaging events involves incorporating elements that resonate with your audience and encourage that interaction. So if they're going to be outdoors, for example, you want to maybe have lip balm, sunscreen, and sunglasses. You can get these at the dollar store or at Zerkers, for example, or the party store. But you want to have those interactive activities that encourage participation, games, contests, workshops. One of the funnest things we've done is bingo. And I don't know why, but everybody seems to love bingo. Also choose a fun theme that aligns with the interest of your audience. We just had an agent that just did a massive Super Bowl party, and they had an amazing turnout and ended up getting multiple referrals just from that event. Also, if you're going to hire that live entertainment, make sure that you get that scheduled in advance. But before you hire them, make sure you hear them. And then also you can set up a photo booth, and photo booths are fun, and do some fun backdrops and props. Also with your food and drink stations, make that interactive. Build your own taco bars are fun, or cocktail making stations to engage guests. And you can also do mocktails, but also have those raffles and prizes. It's awesome when your clients come, everybody gets entered into a drawing, and we give away some giveaways and exciting prizes, and that can increase the client engagement and also the show rate. We did a movie night one time and rented out a movie theater, and we had a bunch of our vendors there. Everybody threw some items in for the raffles and prizes, and we actually ended up giving a cruise for two to Mexico. That was a grand prize. And then if you're also going to have guest speakers or panelists, make sure that you're getting those scheduled ahead of time and that you're having those engaging conversations and topics, but also make sure that you know what your guest speaker or panelist is going to speak about. And if they do have a presentation, that you see that presentation ahead of time. Also, with these networking opportunities, facilitate the networking by creating spaces or activities that encourage the guests to mingle or connect or stay. Like we did an event at a park once. We had a band. They came out. We did a barbecue. It was only supposed to be for a couple hours, and I think everybody stayed for like 5 or 6 hours because there was a splash pad at the park, and all the kids were playing in that splash pad, and nobody wanted to leave. And then also have some surprise elements, such as a flash mob or a surprise guest appearance to engage the attendees. When we did our photos with Santa, that was really fun. We had a Buddy the Elf that came, and he was very, very funny. So again, it's those little surprises. And then also that charitable component, include that charitable aspect, such as a donation to a drive or an auction, or give back to the community or a church group. But at the end of the day, remember these events are supposed to be fun and they're supposed to be engaging. And it's just an opportunity for you to stay in front of your clients, especially if they may only buy a home from you every 3 to 5 or 7 years. We have to leave them with a memory of you. And that's why we call them memorable moments. And so equity real estate, for those that do know about our company, and some of these you may not know, we are a set fee company. And what that means is working with a set fee company can actually benefit you because our company is a flat fee company. Our transaction fee is only $599, which means that you get to keep more of your compensation when you're listing and selling homes. So what this does for you, by keeping more of your commission instead of paying those franchise fees and those percentage splits, you are able to keep that compensation, and you can put that compensation towards the marketing in these events to help you do more business. Because our costs are lower, your profits are higher, there's no hidden fees, and you still get full support and resources just like you would get at a full service company. So you get access to tools, training, and broker support without the excessive overhead. And then also you have flexibility and independence for your business where you get to run your business your way while still being backed by a reputable company. And that's equity real estate. So if you would like to learn more about equity real estate, we would love to have a conversation with you on how you can keep more of your hard-earned compensation, but at the same time still continue to grow your business and be more profitable. So we want to thank you for joining our webinar today. And on the screen, there's a QR code. If you'd like to scan that QR code, you can schedule a 15-minute phone call with me, a 30-minute Zoom meeting, or a 1-hour Zoom meeting. And I am more than willing to help work with you to help you grow your business. It doesn't even have to be about this topic. You can also call me or text me at 801-573-4935, or you can send me an email at randy@equity-usa.net. And then, of course, you can always visit our website online at succeedwithequity.com. Everybody go out, have a powerful and productive day. Be safe, have fun at your client events, and let us know what we can do to help you grow your business.